as the kids once said. Amanda, please. I have no idea. I have no freaking clue why that. That's just what came to my head this morning. We're starting out with the Amanda Show. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Hi, friends. Hi, folks. Hey, space nerds. What's up? What's up with you today? Y'all ready to search for some space gold? Because we're going to do some hunting. Hunting! Welcome in. My friends, we've missed some good news. Some new games have been announced. Some new things in the world have happened. Somewhere out there, it's raining. I personally, I quite like rain. Tomatoes get their water from rain. We drink up that rain. Slurp. In terms of game, in terms of Star Citizen, we actually have a new update coming out today, one I did not expect. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in a second here. Show hints. And then we're going to jump into the game. Well, we're already in the game. But today we are playing a new, well, not really a new kind of loop, but we're getting into some looting today. We're going to head off to the Rock Cracker facilities. Not to run the Rock Cracker mission this time, but actually just to get Sadaryx. I am on a mission to try and find what is seemingly one of the more valuable gems in the game at this point, because you really can only get it from the one place. Update just dropped. Get out of here. What? Why didn't it kick me out? All right, let's see if I, hold on. Let me see if I can spur on the movement. Oh, where's chat? Wait a second. I'm sorry. I took everything away from the screen because I was recording something yesterday. There you are, chat. There you are. Hey guys, howdy doody, how you doing? Because YouTube and Twitch, you can't see what each other's saying without that. It's rude. Rude. Where's my monthly report, Snipey says? Yeah, they usually do those a little bit later, unfortunately. But the update itself is not dropping with everything we want. No. So here's a little notice that went out yesterday. Just letting us know that the new space combat missions, the defend location missions that are on the roadmap, they're still going to be scheduled and enabled to go out tomorrow, but the live service maintenance that was mentioned at the beginning of the week is on the wait. They want to get an additional fix in before they wrap it up and include the build before deployment. So 4.8.1 just came out. Yay. And they are still targeting this week for the maintenance. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe they'll give us an update today. Maybe not. We're about to jump into the update and see if 4.8.1 is doing any better. What did they fix? What have they done? Vastin on the 130 stream streak. I can add that in. I'm actually being somewhat of a... doing better at my thing this time. Now we can find Vastin on here. Vastin, are you on here? Yeah, there you are. Of course you're out. You're all the way up here. 130 streams. Put it in. Look at that, dude. Full green bar. Appreciate you, dude. Time to jump back in. What's everybody been up to this week, guys? How's your days been going? How's your week been going? What are you drinking? Where's my tea? You gotta do our daily tea pour. It's the tea pour, kids! Yeah! Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Good. It's good. It's a good tea pour, Steve. Slow week for you? Work, work, work. What do you, if you don't mind me asking, what are you doing? Free to not answer if you want. Tola Garf, Cola, Pepsi Max, cold. Wait, do you mix Cola and Pepsi Max, or is the Pepsi Max is the Cola and it's cold? Brigadier, it bumped you back down to 25? Aw, dude, I know you deserve a higher streak than that, though. I'll at least make sure it's in the books. Mr. Brigadier. Mr. Bowman. How are things going for you, by the way, Brig? Is your day starting to lighten up a little bit now as we pass into summer? Are your kids all done, or are you still finishing up classes? You're on Twitch, right? You're on Twitch. Definitely a Toes Gang. I gotta figure out how to track the Toes Gang entries. 25. My man 25, Mr. Worldwide. Dale. Sorry, I was just thinking of the Pitbull again. What's up, Eagle Eye? How's it going? Johnny, you having sparkling water to feel special? You know what's really good with sparkling water? You mix it with a little bit of pomegranate juice. Delicious. The update fixed all your bricks chips. Soda popping. Soda pop. Soda. Soda pop. You work for state government doing mobile ordering service support for state employees, not in the US, but that's the best description. You're on your lunch break. Okay. You got to keep the government running somehow, dude. Might be slow, but it sounds important. I appreciate it. I'm doing well, Eagle Eye. Feeling good. Camera is still lagging, I'm assuming. It's still giving us trouble. We're still working on finding some... I've actually reached out to the company, and I think they responded. So I'm going to see what they say today and try to fit in a chance to repair this camera and make it stop messing up. It's the most common comment on my videos now. Your camera's broken. There's audio desync. Your audio's messed up. I'm sorry. Did it fix rock mining? What was wrong with rock mining? Let's see. So, honestly, this is fairly protective, but I would prefer something a little bit more battle ready. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on our usual. And I think we're going to need to... Nope, we could take this backpack. Cool. All right, I'm going to need a mining attachment. Bring these... Okay. Got pretty much everything we need. No, give me that. Why are you taking the other backpack? We got pretty much everything we need. I'm thinking... Just need a mining attachment. I'll probably grab a little bit more ammo too while we're down there. And let me make sure I set my spawn here too.
Feels like I've seen you.
No fixes? No fixes for what? Is it just the new missions? That makes sense. They did say that the maintenance was going to be pushed back, so... You're about 70% done. Have to finish one class and have one more to start and finish. Wait, 70%? Like with finals or with the year or what? I thought you would be done like within the next couple weeks. Just a little bit more, just in case. The rock laser won't follow the cursor. I hadn't heard of that one. I bet it's not fixed though, if they've not done any fixes in this update. Mrs. T. How much ammo do I have? I have 4 clips for the pulverizer, which I will probably find more ammo while we're down there, if not a gun, at least, to use. So I'm not really that worried about needing to get more ammo. We set our spawn. We've got our medical stuff. We've got... mining attachments, what I need. Okay, we gotta head down. No, Ironclad's not fixed. Ironclad fixes are coming in hopefully by the end of the week, but we'll have to see. I downloaded an update. Yes, yes, yes. Latest YouTube video, my stream is desyncing. Yep. Yes, indeed. As I'm telling chat, this is the most common thing people are saying to me now. I no longer am the shill or the hater of Star Citizen. I'm now just the desync guy. I actually sent the video itself to the company so that they had a very, very good idea of what our problem was. So hopefully that helps. What'd I come here for? Mining attachment for the tractor beam, or for the multi-tool. Please tell me you got mining attachments. Nope, of course not. Well, thank you very much, ammo, while we're here. Toss it into the backpack. Whoa, did I just see Alex, Mr. Alex K. Blah Blah? Mr. Blah Blah himself? The Blah Blah! The enormity of the blah blah on my screen means a lot. You guys can't see it. Move out of the way, mic arm. Dude, the blah blah is... I'm in the sun. That was... Dude, you're already on there for 10. Thank you, man. Much love. That goes a really long way in supporting the channel. And making this possible, I also knocked down half of my toes gang words, so now they're under my feet. Freaking stubbing my toes and nonsense. All right. I think we got our... All right, let's go. Do we still have to do Eckhart or Foxwell missions 10 times to unlock the next level? Of what? Did we get a message out? The event is non-stop thrill ride every Oh, it's just a Vastin message. I thought y'all were pinning a message that I'm desynced. What am I about to do in the verse? We are dungeon diving today. Whoa! Damn. We are dungeon diving today. We're going to be hitting up some of the more remote locations in the verse using the mission system that sends us to said remote location. Oh, I didn't get the freaking mining tool. And I am looking for Sadaryx, some of the most valuable stuff in the game. It comes in gems. It only spawns in one place in the entire game. That place is contested, so we're going to go in and, well, unless we get the private ones, it's contested. So we're going to go in and see just how much of this magical stuff we can get and potentially turn some of it into the org. Man, where do they... Oh, I'm going to have to go back down to the refinery. Duh. Next level of the mission types. I do not know. Stranged. Hey, man. Good to see you in chat. How are you today? You lucked out in the Karenite cave this morning at 5 a.m. No one was on and got yourself some. Nice. Yeah, Karenite's also pretty valuable. Which contracts bring you to the QV stations that do not have the big asteroid? That's what we're going to find out together right now. I do wonder if I won't be able to make it to one. If anything, I'll just take the... No! No. If anything, I'll just take one of the missions that send us to the one with the rock. Sadaryx spawns in the Hathor cave? Damn it. You think it's called a well-deserved break? You may need to do an intro mission first. You need contractor level. We have a giveaway winner, I think. 1 second. New contractor level with who? Intersec? Or Foxwell? Who supplies this one? Shubin. Shubin? Why is Shubin offering missions, combat missions? Yeah, I have nothing with Shubin. Okay, let's announce this winner first, and then we'll get going. Let's hear it for the Storm giveaway for the tank. The Great War Mage. Congratulations, you won yourself a Storm tank by being a Twitch subscriber. Cheers. I don't know why I'm showing you this. You could maybe zoom in on the screen, I guess, and see. Not lying. There he is. Congratulations, War Mage, on your winnings. Mrs. Tomato will be in touch with you. All right. Let's see. I am looking for the refinery, and I keep getting very distracted. The new missions are related to protecting mining stations. I see. Okay, I guess we'll just have to take the big baddie missions then, and go to the actual rock cracker facilities. Hype train. Taryn, thank you so much for the pizza biddies, dude. I appreciate you. Pizza biddies for the precious baby. Yep. If there's one thing babies need, it's pizza. There are Merc missions that go to all the RC places. Yeah, it sounds like those are locked behind Shubin, people are saying. Oh, you guys are talking about the new missions about defending stations. Is that what you guys mean? The new missions for defending mining stations? That... Are we getting confused here? Toes. Dang it, I'm in the wrong place again. Or you can do Hawk Row. Okay. Hawk Row under investigations. Okay, cool. I'll try and take those then. Ruben! Hello, sir. The news maestro of social media is on Star Citizen. How are you doing today, man? So these will take me to the rec sites. Hawk Row. Oh, have I not worked with Hawk Row yet? This one should take me there. So this will be our first. They did not fix the Ironclad of 4.8.1. No. Hell yeah, Ruben got us started on a hype train. What are you gonna do but listen to the best elevator music on the hype train? Thank you, Ruben. Appreciate you, dude. I bet you by the time this music ends, we still won't be down at the store. Hey, the door open. Come on, come on, come on before the hype train ends. Let's go, dude. Thanks. Did we make it? We made it. It's only the music. It's only the music that gets me this good at the game. Able to traverse levels without crashing and dying and burning. Anonymous, though, dropped in another 5s during my phenomenal solo. Putting us at 10 for the Toes Gang today. Sorry, putting us at 15 for the Toes Gang today. Because Alex is a homie and put in 10 subs. Appreciate you, bro. Nice turns. Oh, tunes. I thought you said nice turns, like I did a really good job getting down to the refinery. And be like, thank you, man. I've been polishing up my use of the W key. But I am just looking for some mining attachments now. Here we go. Perfect. Toss it in the bag. Throw it in the bag. Man, that's an old song. Who is that? The Dream? Today is also monthly report day, yes indeed. But I'll be live tomorrow to go over that with you guys. So if you are interested, make sure to come. We're going to be live on an off day, going over whatever the newest stuff is. Wait a second, the hype train is still freaking flying along. Brigadier Bo gifted out another sub. And Zilch, Mr. 5555 with 1,000 bits. Let's go! Come on, elevator. I gotta do this till you get here. It's my hype train dance. All right, stop. I'm done with you. Back to the normal music. I appreciate you guys, though, for the support today. Thank you so much. You just activated the mission that was pre-baked in 4.8, not an actual 0.1 mission. Dang it. These elevators, man. Here we are. Did defend missions sound good? Eh. Space combat missions are space combat missions. I'll try them eventually, but not necessarily the most interesting thing to me. We're gonna grab our handy dandy. Ooh. All right, we're gonna have to grab something else a little more handy and dandy today. How about honestly, why not a Pisces?
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Oh, don't worry about it, Crasix. I got some missions sending me out to there. Thank you for the offer. Yeah, we got a monthly report dropping. We have a roadmap roundup dropping and 4.8.1 dropping. Actually, a pretty busy day for Star Citizen. But it's not the stuff that people want to hear about. People want to hear about fixes to the problems in 4.8. I mean, people also want to hear about what's coming up next. I do think that CIG is counting on that we just kind of get distracted and look towards what's coming next. But I think we keep at least talking about 4.8 and like, hey, talk to us. Tell us what the heck's going on. Are you going to do this again? Seriously, they need to say fucking something. Excuse my French, but it's starting to piss me off. Like the fact that CIG they just la 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 la, nothing happened, and then they put Niku and they put Jared out in front of the crowd to try and like calm things down instead of the people who are making these stupid making decisions coming out and actually speaking for what they do, it's pissing me off. To have some freaking accountability for the decisions you're making, CIG. Jesus Christ. Sorry, that was came out of nowhere, but it's just like, it's really starting to bubble up, man. They're acting like we're all just a bunch of f***ing idiots who don't deserve any sort of explanation from the people who are, again, making the decisions. I understand if they're going to put the folks who are community focused on the front lines and make them take the heat. But like the folks who actually make the call to force an update through on the back of a sale need to make their goddamn letter from the chairman or their announcement on the comlink or something. The silence is deafening, dude. Where was my mission that I accepted? Let's do that.
Do not be a sad tomato.
More of an angry tomato than a sad tomato. .4 is pretty much the same. At least they talked about 4.0 though. Like, we had the preview channel up the whole time. They were, at the very least, they admitted that A, 4.0 could not go live immediately. They had to launch it in parallel with the other ones. B, they had to cancel the free fly that came out after 4.0. And C, they spent the whole year after that focusing on just trying to make things a little bit better. So like, even though 4.0 was a rough patch, I agree. The way that they've treated this patch in comparison is disgusting. Where's my dang update or my mission? Gimme. They're like, go to this location. What location, bub? There is no location. The liars! Anakin Skywalker, liar! Keeping things real for once. I love the people who act like I don't get mad at this game. Unless you're talking about CIG keeping it real for once with 4.0, in which case I do agree with that. Knee-jerk reaction. I have a lot of people say I don't criticize this game, and I'm tired of it because, oh my god, these people need some freaking... Gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. But I'm not seeing this mission, so I'm gonna try and take another one. Yeah, I think these ones take me to the same... Asteroid mining base. Asteroid mining base. Yeah, I think these... But I think this mission doesn't actually take me to the inside of these locations, just the outside. Better things in life to be frustrated about, bro. It's understandable, but better things to be frustrated about in life. Brother, Marlon, my friend, Marlon. All of my family's income comes from covering this. There are better things to be frustrated about, but like, this is genuinely what I cover for a living. I want them to make a healthy environment so that we can keep doing that and not have to like change things up right as we're having a baby. I have a lot to be frustrated in life, but when I'm here with you guys on the stream talking about Star Citizen, I'm going to be frustrated about Star Citizen. I'm not going to talk to you guys about the freaking road conditions outside. Let's just talk about war in the other part of the world. No, we're talking about Star Citizen, man. Not entirely sure which mission to take here. I guess I'll just try one of these, but these are saying ship combat, and I don't think... Operation... I don't know. Fuel tanks. This is what's asking us to attack the fuel tanks. I don't even have any markers on my screen. That's weird, man. It's like the mission didn't actually spawn a location. Okay, track. High Point Wilderness. We got something. We got nothing. All right. So I don't think these missions are working, unfortunately. Like, expectedly. Maybe if I cancel it and then take it again, it'll spawn. Let's see. All right, reduce Valakar population. Try it again. Tells us it's sending us to a breaker station and nothing spawns. God dang it. You have to pick it up if you're at one. Dude, are you okay. All right. Then I'll make sure to remember which missions on this list are only supposed to be taken if I'm at a certain place. That's just file that away in my ever-growing memory bank. All right, let's try one of these threat assessment ones and see where it sends us. Go to mining base. All right, you gonna give us something that simple? Not to sound like a broken record, but Vaughn missions are the way to go for this. Like Vaughn missions in Nyx? Does he... Let's see. Cave in Hurston. Magda. Toes. Asteroid cluster. Oh, this is an ambush. It looks like there might have to be some introductory ones you gotta take. Yeah, they're gonna have to be in Nyx. Yeah, Krasix, I'll take a share for one, thank you. I guess there's no other way to... I think that these locations they keep adding, they're really cool. I love them. I think Hathor was great. I think the Rockcracker facilities were great. I like these extractor stations for TSG. It's all good. But I'm really disappointed in how they've managed to incorporate them into the rest of the game. I'm glad that they've tried, and I think that the getting sent on like mercenary missions at the Hathor location was cool. Obviously getting them at these Rockcracker facilities is also cool. but it still feels, they still feel super, I guess I need to go more through the natural progression of these missions and see how it factors into that. It's a bummer that you can't just like attempt to find them, you know? You have to rank up in a certain level. It's not quite included in the sandbox. They're mostly locked away. And that might be just because they want to replicate an instanced environment for these locations. But in that case, then it would be rough, I think, if all these locations were instanced in the future and they weren't in the sandbox and you couldn't just get to them and find stuff and do things with them. So I hope that they make that a little bit more easy for players. They offer a lot of gameplay opportunities, but if they're just locked behind very specific things, they're going to feel like a certain part of the game instead of like part of the world, you know? The ironclad fixes aren't in yet, no. They said they're hoping to get maintenance done later this week. I don't know if that's going to include ironclad fixes or not, though. It's hot in here. Anybody else is getting really hot where you are? It's getting breezy with the hot air. Did we really need the ironclad? Yeah. It's a novel ship. Oi. The ironclad is actually a very useful ship for what it does, and it does stuff that other ships can't. In terms of large-scale industrial operations, the ironclad is a really, really, really good option. The best option in the game, by far. But it's not even, like, we're basically putting all of that kind of stuff on pause. If the ironclad worked, I wouldn't be running this solo stuff. Dungeon diving and mining solo and pyro. I would be getting the ironclad.
You should have the coordinates for that old QV breaker station now. It won't be easy to get the laser up and running again, but once you do, the haul should be worth it.
What?
And, just to be upfront with you, there have been a few other interested parties asking about the station.
I thought we were just doing the...
Maybe you and these other folks can all work together, huh? But, you should probably watch your ass. You know, just in case.
Oh, I thought we were taking one of the ones without the rock. So this one is going to have risk of other people being there. Well, all right. We'll see how that goes. Thank you, Krasix, for sharing that over. Now to run it. But yeah, if the ironclad was working, I'd be getting 10, 15 people and prospectors and moles coming out together to do some mining, drop it off at the ironclad. I'd get some cargo people to take it back to our Michael 1 refinery, or our Levski refinery, actually, more likely. But it's just not worth it. Bay Point has been in the 90s? Excuse me? Bro, that's wild. Temperatures dropped for you over 20 degrees since yesterday, Spy? Damn, that was hot. Krasix is over 100 in Vegas already. Yikes, dude. Loving the Seattle weather, Spy? Seattle's pretty nice. I like that place. Shabthulu, you don't like the Drake ships. I feel that. How about an ironclad, but from Kruger? Yeah? Ah, a little shiny. A little shinier than your average ironclad. We'll call it the platinum clad. Spy, thanks for the Prime sub, by the way. Appreciate all the content you make for the game. I appreciate you, dude. It works because there's enough people interested. That's my whole thing with CIG wanting, and my little freak out earlier. Sorry about that. I really care about the health of this game. Not just because we are obviously pretty financially tied to it, but because this is my freaking dream game. This is the game I always dreamed of playing when I was a kid. When I would play games like Halo or hell, even like Call of Duty, Resistance Fall of Man, like all these cool shooters I would play and see spaceships flying around and planets that you couldn't go explore and cities that they wouldn't let you land in. And I come across Star Citizen where they are like, well, we're going to let you do all those things. And I really, really want them to be able to do that. But I feel like some of the decisions they make risk that. It risks scaring people away that I think they're trying to bring in. And there's a lot of power and goodwill. And you get a lot of goodwill back by just taking some accountability for things that happen. So I just think that that is a very easy way for them to get a couple points back with the community. Freaking out about SC not acceptable. I'm trying to freak out less these days. To be honest, as Marlon said, there are plenty of things to freak out in life. Too many things. The list is too long at this point. Where's your crossbow? See? There's one of them. Wait, but what do you mean? Oh, like your specific crossbow, like the one from the stretch list? Stretch list. The stretch list. No, they're not delaying the 4.8.1 patch. They're delaying the maintenance that was planned for the patch. The patch is still released. Last freak out you had was the teleportation one. Oh, the last freak out you heard. Yeah, I had a little bit of a moment with that. We'll probably continue to have moments with that, but it's definitely been a bit of a slow process of just accepting that this game there's not really any direction I think this game wouldn't go at this point. Stuff. Please tell me that was Krasik's. There's no way there's somebody else already here. Oh man, somebody else is already here. I am also in alpha, yes. My audio is stuttering, my camera is broken. Wait. Okay, yeah, the video is stuttering. Camera is broken, audio is off. Trying to do what we can about it. SC can't even deliver a patch announced yesterday on time. They didn't announce the patch yesterday. They announced the patch on yesterday, and then they announced that the maintenance window was being delayed yesterday. Sorry, they announced the patch on Monday, and then they announced... No, they didn't even announce the patch on Monday. When did they announce the patch? All right, what is all this sound? What is this noise in my ear? I know the Pisces don't make that kind of sound. All right, I don't see any ships here yet. So that's good.
Landing gear deployed. Landing complete.
The Pisces is now the rock cracker. Patch is already released, yeah. 3.8.1. That sound sometimes happens without someone jumping in. That's not a good sound to accidentally happen. I don't like that. That was a... That's a... It's a very telltale sound. They should make a free-to-play area where new players can learn the basics without having to buy a game package. That'd be interesting. What happened to my guns? Brother. What? Okay. Dude. But... There's enemies immediately inside here. There's a gun on the ground right there. I don't have anything. I don't have a pistol. Can I medpen them to death? All right. Bitch. Give me your gun. Oh, don't fall. Come on. Oh, shit. Of course. Get back up. Get back up. You got ammo, buddy? Huh? Freaking scalpel. Of all the guns I could have gotten, I got a sniper rifle. Well, at least the zoom isn't too crazy. Hello? Hello? Solid, dude. What is this? Ooh, a C-54. I'll take it. Do you need 300 plus points every month to remain at level 2? Wait, what? Am I already at level 2? We'll come back to you, Pulverizer. All right. Let's go ahead and go with the game music here, because I do think it has some interesting stuff to listen to. And let's get started on our search. We can also do some standard looting while we're here. Grab whatever we might need. All right. Let's find some Sadaryx. Now, it's in sections 1 and 2 in this location. So we just need to make sure that we're keeping ourselves safe, not getting too cold, and taking care of the Valakar in the area while we fight through. We can actually take that Valakar mission, I guess. Right? Like, technically, I'm already on it. Or, no, I'm not on it. Let's take it. Am I flying the subscriber Sulan today? Is that the subscriber ship of the month, the Sulan? Okay. You can clear out a couple of these guys from up here. Really? Through the wall? Ah! Damn it. Ah. These guys have the best aim. I also have the worst aim. So it's like two bad combinations that lead to me dying faster. We good? I think we're good. All right. So we cleared those guys out. That should be easier as we get down there. Now we're just going to make our way through the different sections and find the things we need. Let's grab a fuse. What was that? Somebody just gargle at me? Weird noises. Actually, I think section 2 has more of the stuff, so let's go there. If you aren't using the map, you'd advise give this a watch for walls with cracks. Walls with cracks. Gross. Gross and inappropriate. How many people have not been in these facilities yet who are still have, like, this is the 4.8 update, right? This is actually, no, this is 4.7. So this is actually a couple months old at this point. I think to me it still feels pretty fresh and new and interesting. It's the kind of place that I still like to go to. Like, this still feels like Hathor did 6 months after Hathor came out. The one thing that I think will make it feel even more new is if they continue to have people coming here for reasons not Rockcracker related. They need to work on that. You haven't done much in Nyx? Never been out there? You haven't been out there? Lurch, really? Would have thought you'd gotten to see it by now. You only came back to the game shortly before 4.8 dropped. Yeah, you've got a lot to discover. How long were you away before that? Last time you played was when Xenothreat was first released. Jesus, dude. That's got to be like 2021? 22 maybe? Man, there is so much stuff for you to discover. Holy crap. We didn't even have like talking NPCs back then. It's going to be funny. We're going to make references like that. You guys are going to get to make references like that where you're going to be like, man, we didn't even have in-person mission givers back when I joined the game. People are going to be like, are you freaking serious? Back in my day. Oh my God, I missed your head 2 times, bro. Back in my day, you couldn't even rent yourself a spaceship. I had to go out there and grind 6 days on the shores of Jumptown just to be able to afford myself a Pisces. Oh, hey. Oh, no. Dude, I might just finish this whole thing, to be honest. If I find that this is going pretty easily, by the time we find all the Sadaryx, maybe I'll just finish the whole thing and do another one and get the Sadaryx through that. Probably gonna want to pay Krasik's back a little bit since he did buy the campaign or the contract. The first Xeno was the best thing they added to Star Citizen. You're absolutely right, Vasson. I'm gonna miss it. Jesus, what? They just shot me. I was behind the box, bro. Maybe they got me through like a crack in the box. I think they shot me through like that little crack right there. Do not double tap me. I will have CIG delete your code. I think I saw Krasik still in the area. Freaking wall hackers. Thank you, Krasix. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna get to the point where I can do these things solo. This is like, just pisses me off. The game is it's really going downhill. Shit. Was that a grenade? It was. I still can't tell if it's actually a grenade or just stupid audio glitches. You up? Grenade. Toes. Yeah, nah, this... In my opinion, this game is not going downhill. The studio is making some pretty dumb decisions, again, in my opinion, that are certainly hurting the progress of this game. But man, it's going anything but downhill at this point. It's finally making some real progress, and it feels pretty good. But there are still plenty of things that are annoying. That much is for certain. For certain? For sir. Need ammo. We got any of the good stuff in here? Scalpel, perfect. Actually kind of enjoying the scalpel on this run through. Could also use some C54 though. I will go to the other deposit. Honestly, kind of makes sense that these guys are ready for me. Aphorite, of course. You know what? Whatever, I'll take the Aphorite. Why not? We're here. How is deteriorating with every patch not going downhill, if I may ask bluntly? I don't think it's deteriorating with every patch. I think that we've seen crafting added into the game. We're seeing mining get resurged. We're seeing cargo routes actually being determined and having some sort of logic to them. Like, if you're talking about performance, then I agree with you. Performance is definitely taking a hit. Stability is suffering. Bugs are stacking up. But, like, as somebody who's been playing this game for a while, the hill was down. Like, for the entire time that we were waiting for server meshing, the hill was going down in terms of gameplay because we were making no progress. Since we had server meshing in, you can now just do so much more in the game. I don't say the hill was actually going down. The hill was not there. There was no hill. Just coasting constantly. You normally give it a try every year around Alien Week. You gotta say you're hooked this time after coming back. What have you been up to in game? What I think is the best way to get credits in Star Citizen? Right now, honestly, refueling. You get a lot of money from refueling. Cargo hauling is good too. Really, anything that you get up in reputation is good. The ghillie missions pay out pretty well pretty quickly, so if you want to just run all the ghillie missions, probably like number 3 through number 5 over and over, you'll get good money that way. And you can also make decent money enough to rent a ship and then do some mining from that. And you can make money from selling the mined goods. Honestly, you disagree. It still has the same issues circulating for years. The communication from CIG got way worse. The way they market their game, in your opinion, is a real cash grab. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't like the marketing. And I agree that the issues have been circulating for years and the communication has gotten worse. I just don't think that the game is going downhill. I'm separating the game that I'm playing from like how the company is acting. I think the company is getting worse. They're doing worse things. They're not acting in the best interest of what seems to be the players. But the game itself, I don't think is going downhill. But I understand that, like, a lot of people, I would imagine, do disagree with that. A lot of folks don't like the direction that it's going in. And I feel for that. They're changing a lot of stuff. They're also not going as fast as I would even hope in terms of improving the stability after server meshing came in. I thought that we would be seeing tech preview tests of dynamic meshing by now. Well, we're not. It's not all gung-ho. Gung and Ho. This isn't free to play, no. Sometimes it is. Like 4 times maybe a year they make it free to play for a couple weeks at a time. Marketing team isn't the same as the dev team. Yeah, I think the developers have been doing some pretty nice stuff. What use is new things to do if most of them don't work? Mission system all still broken. Not being community call this deteriorating, but maybe I'm just hungry and annoyed in general. Lurch, no offense, man, but I generally do think of you as being more annoyed with the game on average. I do agree that things are broken. A lot of things are broken. But I'm also trying to keep in mind, like, so there's a couple different angles that I'm thinking about this from, just so it doesn't seem like it's super inconsistent. First is, as a player playing right now, it's hard for me to judge because I didn't play that much before last year. So I can't really speak towards how frustrating it is to play through the regular loops every day. But from the perspective of somebody who's following the game mainly because I want to see like the actual game be finished someday, I've never seen them progress faster in building out stuff that makes a difference to players. I keep going back to crafting because that's just the biggest one. But like even stuff as simple as these puzzles where you have to go find batteries to turn them into a thing to get it working. From that to the Hathor Station's key cards to the Onyx facility stories to Stormbreaker is not really that big for me. But to having actual story-based content ready for the next rollout, all of these things feel like an improvement in game delivery to me. This stuff is buggy, indeed, but like was said, Star Citizen stuff is always buggy. And while I think they need to fix that, this is the other angle, I think they need to fix that because they are marketing the game incorrectly based on what the game is right now. From a development standpoint, I think they're doing a great job. That's not including, again, the glitches, the bad communication, the way they're releasing 4.8. That stuff is bad. But on the development side, the actual stuff that's getting into the game is steps above what they were doing before. And I think it feels more like they're making progress on the development front than anything. Mining mechanics is easier with the Pyro multi-tool. About the same. It's like a golf swing kind of thing. You just keep it in the green range. Hey, Krasix, I'm going to be talking to chat, but I just thought I'd put us in here if you needed to get on comms. Oops, sorry, I had you muted.
Grim's gonna join in on us to mine the big rock.
Okay, I was gonna just probably go to the next one.
Yeah, I could share a new one, and then we can meet you after we get the big rock done.
But that means you're gonna need. Is this you have Sadaryx with him?
He'll bring in a mole for the big rock. We don't need to do a full completion of it. We could just get the rock done and then go to the next one.
Okay. Do you know where the other Sadaryx deposit is?
Yep.
Is it just in the other section, section A?
So there's multiple areas you can go. So there's another door right here I need to open, and there's 2 or 3 more rocks over here.
All right.
I think there's a total of 3 different sections. You can get it.
The last giveaway was won by War Mage, I believe. Does it feel like 1.0 is within 3 years? No. I got freaking ridiculed for saying 1.0 was a far way away a couple years ago, but it is still a far way away. Not ridiculed. Just like people were not happy about that. Must be something wrong. You never got the email saying it was you. Let me check with them. I'll make sure that they didn't completely confuse you with somebody else. Clearly, they should have gotten in touch. You think people need to stop blaming the marketing? They're just doing the best they can with what they have. The core issue is the game itself. If the game worked perfectly, there would be no bad marketing. I disagree. This is an alpha. The company itself will say it's an alpha. We all understand very, very clearly it's an alpha. If you're watching this stream, you know it's an alpha. You know it's broken. You know it's under development. You know it has problems. What the hell? Why'd you switch? No! Wait! Wait! Come back! But if you don't know that stuff, if you don't follow this game and you just watch a trailer, you won't know that. And that's not to say that, like, the trailers need to be saying it's an alpha or anything. I'm just saying there's definitely a gap between the understanding people get when they learn about this game and the actual gameplay itself. And that gap is what gets people annoyed. And I think what creates more problems for CIG. If this game was just filled with people who wanted to play a broken-ass game and test it and, like, deal with the bugs, there wouldn't be nearly as much complaining. Just go back to the forums 4 years ago, you know? They have brought in a new crowd because they changed up their marketing, and you can see exactly where the marketing changed. It was like the end of 2024, I believe. Suddenly all the trailers got narrative. Suddenly all the news got less constant. Suddenly the Star Citizen Lives had less devs that weren't specifically made to say certain things going in front of the camera because they didn't want to say all those things. Suddenly, it was mainly the CFO and the director of the Star Citizen PU that were delivering news and not just any other person. There was definitely a shift, and I think that the marketing hasn't really accounted for it that well. They aren't addressing the problems like it is an alpha. Alpha needs to fix the back end. They aren't doing that. I wouldn't say that. They are doing that. They are working incredibly hard on the back end. It's just not happening fast enough. They've trotted their CFO out on camera like 3 times now for hour-plus long talks about what he's trying to do with the back end. Giggity. But it's not coming along as fast as we or they would like. And maybe it's not even doable. Who knows, dude? Maybe dynamic server meshing is proven to be so challenging that it's just not happening, but unfortunately, that's where we are. This game is an alpha and it has more bugs than a tropical forest. It's got enough bugs to make Timon and Pumbaa squeal. Imagine building a bridge at the same time it's being used. I like to think of it as like they're building the scaffolding around a building as they're trying to build the building. And the building that they're trying to build is also not like other buildings, so they're just... just put that there! See if that works! Oh, it fell down. Okay, put something else there. Go ahead, try that. Just stack the scaffolding. That'll work. Keep on putting scaffolding on top of scaffolding, and I think someday we'll get there. Do I think ship sales would be a problem if the game had 0 bugs on all the promised content? Yeah. People always have problems with the ship sales. A lot easier to justify it in that case, though. There's so much food in here. "13 years of alpha is kind of sad for what they have." From our perspective, yeah. Gotta remember that, I mean, we want them to be, they should be acting based on customers' best interest. That would be the hope. But as a business, at the end of the day, they depend on money to stay afloat. And so they assigned one person to make sure the money stuff is working. And that one person is doing a very good job. And probably whenever they go to their bosses to say, hey, look at how well things are going, they're not really pointing at the community's happiness. They're pointing at the company's, whoa, ability to keep going. And the company, what the? Oh, that's creepy, dude. That's some kind of Halo 3 hologram thing. It freaks you out. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Ah, dang it. Did I get him? Nope. Krasix, you got one on your way. He killed me and he's blowing through the whole team. He wants a wipe.
On the way.
I should probably make sure my SMG has more ammo in it from now on.
I'm running. I'm almost to max.
They fucked my tomatoes up!
Should I back to menu and then come back in because I have my spawn at the poly?
Wow.
Sorry?
Back to menu with what ore I have and then go back to my poly?
Wait, why? I just need to revive. I'm not dead.
Oh, I thought was it a player or was it a NPC?
No, it's an NPC.
Oh, okay.
How do I turn on the freaking streaming mode? There we go. If server meshing and other things work towards multiplayer flight and PvP, but many people only want and do single-player PvE, do you think it will end with a unified soup that drives some away, or two separate things? Server meshing and other things work towards multiplayer flight and PvP, but many people only want and do single-player PvE. Do I think it will end with a unified soup that drives some away, or two separate things? I think it'll drive people away. And I think it really needs to. Like, the game's got to stick to something. I understand they need to continue to adapt to make sure that people are comfortable, but there's like, we're in the middle of this very crucial moment where CIG is trying to get people to play together more. Stupidly, of course, without giving us the social tools to do so, but like, they're trying to build this culture of codependence and cooperation in the game, and people really don't want it. And I think that the best thing is to probably find another game for those people. X4 is having a new update this week. Really, really good, social, PvE focused, economy focused, space simulation game. Great stuff. I think a lot of people would like that more than Star Citizen. They should check it out. No Man's Sky had a new update last week. A new expedition. It allows you to meet other people. There's a PvP slider. You can turn the PvP off. You can still play with your friends. Single player PvE focused. Again, a great choice. Maybe something that people should play instead of Star Citizen. When people say, this game sucks, I hate it, I don't think this is good, the response should be, you know what, then you should just put it down and try something else. Because I think a lot of people force themselves to play Star Citizen because people just keep saying it's so cool and it's good and it's going to be great and like all this stuff. And it's not worth banging your head against a knife if the knife is happy to stab you in the brain. I don't know. I don't have a metaphor for it. It's like people suffer for no reason trying to play this game when there are other good space games to play. You got a hard disagree. Ship sales by itself are not a problem because nobody is forced to buy them. It's only a problem when the game is broken and they're selling more expensive ships. I think people will have problems with this ship sales no matter what, personally. No roadmap roundup yet, Smev, but I'm doing fantastic, dude. Look at me. Just sleeping in a QE breaker station. From our perspective, every time you show this game to your friends, they'd be like, yo, this looks 13 years old. Yeah, that's our perspective, buddy. It's not hard to get, man. Inside the company, they have a different perspective than we do. Inside the company, they're not saying, oh no, we have a broken MMO after 13 years and nobody can play it. Ah, darn. Inside the company, they're saying, wow, look, we have 3 studios in 4 different countries. We have our own actual offices. We have a game engine that's unmatched in the industry, not necessarily in stability, but technical prowess. We have a single-player game that's getting ready to launch. And we have a company that's almost 1,000 people strong. Like, that's a shit ton of equity, dude. So, yeah, it sucks for us not having a good working MMO. I'm pissed about it, too. Don't get me wrong. But if you're expecting CIG to have the same feelings about where they are after 14 years as we do, it's not going to happen. They're not. They have so much going for them. They've worked really hard, and it's going to pay off for them, whether it pays off for us or not. That's kind of the strength of an investment. It can seem like a really, really stupid idea until it doesn't. Like, you can spend billions of dollars on something that hasn't shown a return until it shows that return, and then suddenly it's like, oh crap, that was a great investment. Sometimes that moment never happens, but I do think that it's a little silly to look at this and be like, they don't have something that's worth the 14 years in my mind, so obviously this was all a waste. If they get this thing stabilized, dude, that would be crazy. It's a big if, but, you know, it is an if. Terrible management decisions. Marketing team does a great job. You would also blame management for some of the marketing issues, managing issues, yeah. I mean, the 4.8 patch release is just a weird one. Ow! What the?
One on top.
Could be worse. One of the other super long-standing Kickstarter MMOs dropped in early access yesterday, and after 14 years, and it's a legit scam. Really? Camelot Unchained finally made an appearance? That's too bad. No company in the world today will stick to one thing. Once they get money from everyone in a group, the shareholders demand reaching for completely new customers. Yeah. Oh. Uh-oh. Let's not get stuck in here, huh? Come on. Oh my god. No! Oh god, Jesus! Holy crap! It's all a setup. Bunch of cheaters. The problem is that they're really good at whaling. They are. The idea of them giving up on server meshing makes you depressed, to be honest. What? They're not giving up on server meshing. That would be exhausting if they were. Warm place. I could probably get some more ammo in here. Or at least... Ooh, a tiger claw. I'll use that. I'll take a pulverizer. Camelot Unchained finally made it to the public if we want to compare SC. So was that game not playable? Was there not like a playable alpha for that game or something? Did it just go straight to a live release? You spent some serious real-life money on SC. You've played thousands of hours. You've already gotten your money's worth. I think that's one way of looking at it, too. It's like... technically, people view the worth of a game differently. I'm kind of with you in the sense that I feel like I've gotten plenty for the money I've spent, but I also want to play the actual finished game. Finished.
Keep your arms and legs inside until this ride comes to a full and complete stop.
So much ammo in these places. Maverick Actual, hello. Welcome in, dude. Good to see you again. How you been today? Ooh. I have been enjoying this scalpel, but I love a kill shot. Maybe we could put this in our backpack? Oh, we can! Hell yeah! I have not gone to Grimhex. Oh, wait. Since 4.8 dropped, yes. I have... What? What the... Whoa! This is my safe zone. Come on, guys. This is a no guns area where we eat coffee and stuff in here. Rude boy. Jaybird, thank you for being here, bro. Thanks for the conversation. Have a good day. Thanks for the first day modding. Have I had my daily dose of olives? I'm not encouraging that line of questioning.
Bring up the last battery. I'm just like,
Oh, just got here.
Did you already go for the last bits of Sadaryx down here?
I did not. I'm at one of the areas where
Okay.
3 of them drop, and then there should be. I think there's like one more area further in.
All right.
Which 2 did you guys get so far?
Oh,
We've already
which 2
did the
areas?
first wing done, or is that the second wing where you first drop down? Which that
Hold on.
was for the 3 batteries. We're trying to complete this other wing, but it's bugging me out. It's not letting me get to the door.
Is it one of the doors you have to salvage repair?
No, I mean, it was bugging, so you have to, you know how you get to mine your way through a wall?
Oh, is the server just being slow?
Did you save your spawn at Apollo?
No, I didn't bother with it.
Crap.
I probably will before we
All right,
go to the
folks.
receptions.
I gotta get going. Mrs. Tomato's having a problem with the car, so I'm gonna go figure out what's going on. I will be back for the stream tomorrow. Sorry, guys, but have a wonderful day, and appreciate you guys for getting on. Thanks.
No worries.